Tyler Noble. Big hand,
It's worn pink.
hello, people. I'm Tyler. A lot of people don't believe I'm Puerto Rican, especially my father. Wherever he is. I feel robbed. My mother never had a gender reveal party for me. Once I finally make a decision, I'm gonna throw one for myself. I stink at sports. I know I do. I tried out for football as a kid, but I got kicked out on the first day for drinking out of the wrong cup. Simple mistake. I sit when I pee. I'm not embarrassed. It's comfortable. Why stand when you can sit down and relax? And I always wipe. From front to back. Like a lady. I went to Italy last year to meet some distant relatives. You know, they greet each other over there with a kiss on each cheek. So I go up to introduce myself to my cousin Giancarlo. And on my way from the first kiss to the second kiss, I missed. And landed smack on his lips. It was pretty awkward, but we laughed it off. And in the morning, he made me a mean breakfast. People think I'm gay. I guess because I'm a fan of the arts. I love George Michael. Sequins. And I do enjoy my lunch at the Park and Ride. One thing's for certain, I am not a man's man. I don't hunt. I don't know how to use tools. I'm 41 years old and I rollerblade. In exactly the kind of shorts you're imagining. Sequence. I don't want to grow up. My mother thinks I have Peter Pan syndrome. She hates my positive outlook, my late nights, my friends, Michael and Wendy, and Gary, who we call Tinkerbell. My mother actually told me that I'm starting to look old. Yeah, she said, you know, Ty, you're gonna need a skincare routine. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to cut out my old routine of cigarettes and cocaine. Thanks, Mom. So, I found myself needing a confidence boost. So I joined a gym for professional bodybuilders. Now I've been working hard, getting up every morning at 4:30, pumping, sweating, grunting, and eventually I leave for the gym. Slow start. No, seriously, I've been going for a while and I haven't really gained any mass, but they did make me the gym's official oil boy. It's a very prestigious position. I took a female on a date recently. Let's go with it. I took her to a nice, classy restaurant. And as we're waiting to order, she peeks over the menu and asks me if I've ever taken a picture of my butthole. I said, "Excuse me? I'm sorry, I don't know what kind of person you thought I was, but I have a professional photographer for that." Later on that night, she confessed that she was very impressed with my portfolio. I was a children's martial arts instructor up until a couple of months ago. One day, one of my students made fun of my abnormally long second toe. Yeah, in front of my entire class. Disrespectful. It was humiliating. But I just looked little Grayson straight in the eye and I said, "Hey, at least my parents aren't getting divorced." So, I've been dog sitting to make extra money now. The other day, I go on this meet and greet to get acquainted with the dog and his owner. And at the meeting, this little French bulldog, Rocky, starts really going to town on my leg. I mean, it was bad. I was wearing shorts. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? But then I thought, hey, I've had worse. So I took the job. And now in the mornings, I make Rocky a mean breakfast. I'm not proud of myself. So a couple weeks ago, I noticed this weird rash on my ankle. I figure I better get this thing checked out. Go in, see the doctor. He asked me to take my sock off, so I do. And within 2 seconds, he barely looked. He goes, "You know, I'm not so worried about the rash. I'm more concerned with that huge second toe of yours." Tells me I have to come back next week to make another appointment. And as he's walking out of the room, he says, "Oh, and by the way, I know who you are, and we're not getting divorced." Needless to say, I did not make another appointment at that office, but I did find another doctor, and she prescribed me some ointment that's been helping out with the rash. And she also said that if I'm going to continue a career in dog sitting, in the future it's best I wear pants. Thank you guys so much. Please tip your servers, tip your bartenders, and remember, when you're at the gym, always tip your oil boy.